So I had to start a whole new thing because I think the telephone call messed it up for some reason. I don't know. But yeah, it's nicer. My cat's looking at me. It's kind of give me my room is so much nicer. I'm going to say that I'm going to make my room a small oasis. So see, oh hi. Thanks for the thumbs up. I really appreciate it. Well, at least I look good, you know. So let's smoke that weed. We got that blunt, the blunto. Let's mess with the. We got poles. All right. Oh wow! Look at that. There. Oh. Ooh, green screen. Yay! Finally. Well, let's see. Oh, I like that one. All right. There we go. Woo! Tomorrow is going to be this alignment. Isn't that lovely? That means that, you see, if you walk around naked, people won't see your nakedness. Tomorrow's the only day for this alignment and for you to go out totally nude with no one caring. I'm just joking. No. If you go out that way, I don't want to be sued. Okay, no, I don't want to be sued if you think that I just told you to go out naked, all right? No, I didn't say that. I said you could go out naked and people might not give a rat's ass. It's the Karens that care. And also, I can put something on my YouTube thing. Look at someone in Pahrump. Another person. Hey, they just said Omega told them to go do that. So, yes, right behind me, yep, right behind me is the alignment that's going to be happening tomorrow. So, maybe you can do something, meditate, you know, wish for yourself. If you're dealing with any thing that's going on with you, you can meditate. Let me share this. Sharing is sometimes it's not. So yeah, I'm ooh. So what are you guys doing tomorrow? Tomorrow I am probably going to be either cleaning, meditating, and I know I'm going to be exercising because I do over an hour. I did my month's worth of yoga. Oh God. And there's some I have to like do a different form that they're doing. I'm like, oh hell no. Oh. But some of them I'm getting better with my yoga. I used to have a friend, she used to call it yogurt. I do okay with yogurt, you know? So, how are you doing? I got a phone call from someone who was worried about me, and they're going to contact me uh tomorrow. Yeah, make sure I'm doing okay. So, how are you doing? You know, tell me where you're from. Yeah, so we're going to be doing tomorrow. This is going to be happening. We're going to have this alignment of all these beautiful planets. You know, we got Saturn here, which is used to be one of my most favorite planets, and they said why, and I go, well, they got those rings, and believe it or not, those rings actually emit vibration noise. And you can look it up on YouTube. You can go on YouTube and you get, it's called Saturn music or ring music. I don't know. Use your imagination. But tomorrow is going to be alignment. That's what it says over here. You know, planetary alignment, solar fun. Or unless it already happened, I don't give. I don't care. Uh, Today, I'm having a good day. I got my blunt. So you hear about that guy telling everybody to sell their stuff, get rid of their kids, a while back, last year, you know? Everyone should be like decorating for Christmas, getting ready for Christmas, and you got women going, Jesus is coming! He's going to be making tons of wine, so I gotta go call CPS. Doot, 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 doot. Hey, CPS, GP, yeah. Well, Jesus is coming. Yeah, you need to take my kids. I'm going to do a lot of partying. They're going to be partying for days. Woo-wee. That's right. Jesus is coming. I got to call CPS. Because they don't accept kids in heaven. Oh, fuck, man. If some man told me to do that, I'd go, you go fuck yourself sideways. I don't care how good you are in bed. I don't care if you got a vibrating dick. I don't care what you got going on downstairs. If you told me and I had a young child and you go, well, you gotta get rid of your kid. Unpack your shit up. Bye. You know where that door is at. And don't let it hit you on the way out. Anyone who doesn't have respect for significant others, child, not a good person to me. 50% of their DNA is in that child. So give the respect, you know? Because I used to be on that other end when my dad married Jane. Jesus Christ. Ooh, is that a bloated warthog? This first time I seen that woman without makeup, I said to my daddy, I got an idea for a supernatural mask. My dad looked at me and he goes, you too? Oh, with veins all on it, pulsating. Do you know what happens when somebody, when a human being who has high blood pressure doesn't do nothing about it till it gets too late? You see, for women, we have little blood vessels in our face that are underneath all our wondrous skin and stuff. But when you get high blood pressure and it gets too hot, what it does is it actually boils our brain and it brings it up to the surface, and that's what it did with Jane. Oh, Jesus Christ. I seen her without that that big pancake makeup. That scared the holy shit out of me. I really did. I walked out of the bathroom. Oh shit! Woo! I screamed. My dad goes, what? Oh, it was just Jane. She didn't have her makeup on. God, he goes, oh yeah, the first time's always a scary time. Oh, God dang. Oh yeah, it's funny. Yeah, she definitely let herself go. She was one of those women at the age of 16 that was over 300 pounds. She was a big one. And I had to watch somebody literally eat themselves to death. Yeah. I went to my ex stepmother's funeral. She ate herself to death and her body shut down. It just, be hooked up to machines and your body will just slowly, everything will start shutting down. Everything. Yeah, including your heart. It'll happen if you don't take care of yourself. So, yeah. And no one could stop her. Now there is therapists that deal with food addiction, but in the 70s, 80s, 90s, I would say roughly there wasn't a whole lot out there for people who were addicted to food or had um, I guess you would say therapy type of food stuff that needed addressing. you know. Thanks for the 2 thumbs up. I really appreciate it. I really do. So yeah, here it is, God dang, what year did Buck Rogers come in? Buck Rogers, everyone's flying. Yeah. The only people flying is when we do our weed. What happened to this, Marty McFly, Back to the Future, the flying cars, What about the Jetsons? Flying cars. What do we got here? No flying cars yet. But they say the Japanese even got flying cars. Wow. Oh, my son must have come home. I can hear him come in. We got an alarm thing that says, rear, rear. Hi, how are you? 2 people. Tell me where you're from. Yeah, I had to restart everything. So we are going to... Oh, God, that felt so good. It really did. I'm done with the cold. I really am. I'm ready for some heat. I'm like the typical Nevadan. Yeah, it's getting close to March and stuff. I seen enough snow. So yeah, I'm thinking to myself, yeah, I wonder how many weirdos are going to be out tomorrow. We're going to be having a conjunction. All the weirdos are out. They're doing weird things, wearing their aluminum foil, thinking that they're going to get. We better go hide underneath it. In the shed. We'll go hide underneath in that crawl space and wait for them UFOers to leave so they don't probe us. I'm just using my imagination. I still think it was funny my neighbors thought I was like a devil worshiper. Woo! Boy, I bet you my ex said a lot of good things about me. That's when you know you piss off your ex. You got rumors going around that you're a devil worshiper. You do all kinds of drugs. Yet, you can make it to work on time and drive another person and make sure they make it on time. Oh my gosh, what kind of drugs am I using? Because I like to know. My cat is really weird. My son loves to mess with my cat, and finally I said to him, look, his nails hurt me, and he makes it almost a game because he'll play, and my hands have been sausages. That's how it's treated. Sausages. So anyway, I'm wondering how many weirdos. We're going to go to the conjunction function. That's right. Can you imagine if you make this big old hype, right? And then this big old UFO comes out, right? Goes on the front lawn of the United States Capitol, right there. Boom. President Trump goes to meet them. They open it up. Hey, how you doing, man? Woo! Man, our tank is kind of backed up. It's been backed up since Saturn. Oh, wow. Woo! So, hey, put you right there. Wouldn't that be funny? Redneck. He's sitting there, Billy Bob or whatever has some, uh, hooch. Now that would be funny. So anyway, I got thinking, to myself, all right, what if Chinese have not just discovered how to reverse aging, but they've known it for years and they just kept it quiet? You ever thought about that? Whole little communities were gone. And I'm thinking, they're trying it on people. Like, grandmas now, looks like mom. I think they've been trying it for a long time. This is China. It's not like all the other areas. So I'll get out of the way. Maybe you can see what it says. So, it's a rare occurrence. So it means a lot of weirdos are going to be out, especially if they're. I'm going to be honest. I think when we get these things happening, I think the weirdos come out tonight. Boom, boom, boom. Weirdos are out tonight. Woo, woo, woo. Weirdos are out tonight. Woo, woo, woo. Yeah, that's what it is. You know, that should be my theme song. Omega's not normal, and she don't give a fuck. If you don't like my song, just oh well. Do 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 do. Welcome to Omega's place. We enjoy you all. You keep your mouth shut if you say all the naughty things. If you're a bot, we'll kick your ass out. Hey, John. Yeah, I should, John. I should. I really should. I did. That's going to be my theme song. You don't like it? Fuck off. Move along. That's the whole point. This is my place. So yeah, I did a challenge when I had the money, and I have a lifetime membership for Better Me. I got it a long time ago. Yeah. Mountain cougar. Yeah, I do. Well, shoot, if you could see. Crap. There. Yeah, I exercise. I really, I'm going to be honest with you. It's hard work, but a lot of people go, "Oh, you can eat anything," and I go, If I'm working at a job site where I'm a physical person working, I go through. I'm going to be honest with you. I have to have some form of sugar. It's either going to come from bread, which is carbs, and I've got to use it while I'm out there, or it's going to come from actual sugar, which is I'm going to say I'm not worried about it with my teeth. I'm worried about what it's going to do inside my blood vessels. So I've been steering away from that and going more towards the bread, and I'm dealing with rye. I've been eating rye because apparently my roommate's been buying it, and if I don't eat it, no one else will. So I'm like, I love rye, so I'm cool. I don't count calories. I'm a horrible person to do that. I count if it's natural, and more or less, old cheeses. Well, old cheeses are they're fat. So you got to cut out cheeses. You really want cheeses? Do the vegetarian cheeses. God dang, they smell like a big bag of farts. Oh yeah, I've been told here I am not allowed to bring that in. My roommate said that's like the I farted up the house a while back because oh look what I found in the freezer. Let's try it. Do 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 do. I'm gonna save some money. Oh, it smells like a big bag of farts. It does. Vegan cheese smells like farts. Like really, trust me, cook it once, you'll know. You gotta cook it once. You don't know until you cook with it. I was told and I was told many times that it smells like horrible. I think I do it because I know the reaction I'm gonna get. It's funny. What are you cooking? I don't know. I got gas here. just lying. Oh my god, bad. Oh, here, let me see. I think I put it away. No, I Excuse me. I just got bad gas, to walk around. Oh, I'm so bad. I am so bad. Ah. Well, I don't give it up. I just cut down on it. You know what I mean? I don't eat it at every dish and stuff. It's more or less, it's something that if I don't cut down on, I know what's going to happen. Because my dad went through the same thing I'm going through right now. Oh, yeah. My fart machine. Doo 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 doo. So, do you have an inability to fart? Are you waiting for the constellation to go into line so you can have the ability to fart? Well, here on Omega, you can fart anytime. That's right. With the fart machine from KTEL, you can just have a good time with that. And a pull out megaphone is even more fun. So let's turn that. Ah, geez, did I? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. See, mommy can fart. Yeah. And the great thing about this, you can be a long way from it, put it over here, and walk a super long way, and just say that Jimmy is a big loudmouth, but you know that once you... Oh, dang, my cat's farting. Oh, Jesus. Hey, did you come up here to fart? Ooh, my cat's a big fartomatic. Come here, farty. Come here, farty. Come here, farty. Oh, come on, farty warty. Oh, you love me, don't you? Oh, my little kitty's got the little farts. You put your ass out. Gotta wash my phone. Oh, shit. Oh, I put that phone in my face. Oh, Jesus. Oh, he put his ass on that. Jeez. Oh, where is it? Kid didn't know what to do. He looked at me like, woo. so, so if you all got the problems with the fartings and everything, and you just feel that you want to be along with everybody, bring along that fart machine. Blame the animals is the best thing. That's what I like to do. I like to blame my putty tat. And he takes it like a man. He does. The great things about these, and I've done this, and I'll tell you a story. It's April 1st. My son goes, Grandma told me that yeah, I know, I wasn't allowed on April 1st over at my ex-mother-in-law's, because, you see, I decided one April 1st, my ex-brother-in-law told me, you can't get me. There's no way anyone can get me April 1st. Cellophane said I can get you good. I cellophane the toilet seat. He peed on his feet. And then I went and I bought some, well, I did buy some expensive um peanut brittle, and I put a snake in it that was spring loaded, and I acted like I couldn't open this container. So she goes, well, let me open it. Yeah. So anyway, I was barred from going there. Don't worry. I got them that following year. Do you know what happened? You see, those doorless, the ones that you use batteries on, don't get those. Because if I know people who have them and what brand, I'll buy that brand. And I'll go outside your door and I'll ring your doorbell for hours. Because that's what I did. She got a doorbell that was new, and that was battery operated. And I got one too. Same brand and everything. And I was out in my car ringing that doorbell for hours. Oh, that was so much fun. She found out it was me. Yeah, that's okay. So I said to Devin, since we're barred from Grandma's, he goes, yeah, you got her with the door. Yeah, I know, I got her with the doorbell. All right. Put this in a cart next to the meat aisle, and two beautiful elderly couple, a guy saying to his wife, come and you go with me, and they were just doing some guys. It was endearing until she looks at him and he's giving this, like, I don't know. I look down, and when I look up, she's hitting him with her purse. I didn't, press it or nothing. I mean, it went from disgusted look to beating the crap out of this old guy who was being so endearing and loving. And I'm like, Devin, let's go move that and tell him what we did. So I did. She looked at me, and I thought, oh God, Lord, please don't hit me. And then she laughed and walked away, and I go, oh, at least he's not going to get beaten anymore today. Oh, yeah, I've had fun with it. It's not, I guess you can say this. You got to go with what our ancestors ate back in the day when there was no farms. And that's what our body's really used to. You know. Also, mom's home cooking beats all. The microwave stuff and all that, it's junk food. You know, the stuff you got in the frozen food. It's frozen food. I grew up where there wasn't a big frozen food section. That was considered luxury. My gosh, people buying frozen food, we considered them rich. Oh, yeah. So-and-so down the street got some frozen food. Woo! They're rich. Yeah. Because in the 70s and 80s, everything still was made homemade. Your mom made it ahead of time. A lot of times on the weekends, your parents, or my family, they made big, get-togethers. And then you had what we call reruns or reheats. Boombox blaster. So, do you have a hard time farting? Are you embarrassed that you haven't won the farting contest? No worries. You can just put this sucker in your pants and fool everyone. Look, see, just put this sucker in the back of your pants. right? Put it right back here. No one will notice it at all. Just tell them it's a part of your outfit. And look, see, you sit down. Sounds like it came right from your U-bot. See? Yeah, I'm like my dad. My dad was always the life of the party. He'd walk in and it was like this sunshine. When you know, it he had the few friends that he had, and I enjoyed my dad's company. We played the most funnest games as adults, home with my dad, not driving nowhere. Alcohol games, fun. And they were fun. Check every 90s movie that a Russian's done. Every time someone dies, you take a shot of whatever. You can even take a shot of water. If you're not a drinker, it's understandable, but it's funny. My dad and I played these 90 games for, you know, when they were popular. And it's funny. You take a shot every time someone dies. You're like, crap, Dad. And I thought he was joking. Well, I thought he was joking about Super Chicken too. Yeah, there's a cartoon called Super. No, there isn't, Dad. Yeah, there is. You want to make a bet? And he go, no, Dad. Then there is. There's a cartoon, and I do have that cartoon too. It's called Super Chicken. So if you can't fart, put this in your pants. Just tell them that you're an old person and this is for you. That's right. Now you can join the farting contest without shiting your pants. Ooh, yeah. No, what I'm saying is I would go with my dad, at his house, and I would usually drink wine, and I would just drink a shot of wine. And usually I'd play one game. My dad would play other games, other different movies with sometimes family members or sometimes the neighbors, I heard. But, when I was there, it would be me and him. That's what it always was. But I never minded. I just play one game, which is one movie. And it was always fun. He would pick a movie that it was really like a sleeper movie. It would take about a half an hour or longer for it to get warmed up. And then suddenly everybody's dying, just dying, and I'm not joking. Look it up. I always thought it was a BS thing my dad had told me. He was right about Super Chicken. Got Super Chicken. My chicken thinks he's so super. Walks around. She clucks. So yeah, my dad told me one time, and it was like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. KTLA, I believe, had Super Chicken on in the afternoon, and you can watch it. Well, that was in the 90s. That was a whole different me. In the 90s, oh yeah, I was a drinker. I could probably drink most men under the table back then. And I didn't drink a lot. I just drank milk before I would, like a half an hour or so, get some milk coated in my stomach. I would drink lots of water in between. Oh, yeah. I wasn't a stupid drinker. I never woke up hungover. That's why I still tell people, though, it puts a strain on your body the older you get. Drinking is more for the younger crowd. The only time I drink, like, have a cocktail or two, is around Christmas time. And that is something that goes back to saying thank you to your ancestors for this year's harvest. Thank you for all the blessings. Thank you for keeping me safe. Unless you're pregnant, then don't. But, that's what I've always thought it was, because my grandmother would say, you know, she would tell me to say to my ancestors, thank you for keeping us safe, this and that. And it was nice. So when you when you get older and stuff, and you watch things like, Back to the Future, and you go, God dang, where's my flying cars? No, the Chinese have that too. Yep. Not only did they find the genome for, and how to work it for aging, they got flying cars and fuckers. I'm trying to think of what a Chinese flying car, if you could talk American. So you get into a Chinese, let's pretend this little area right here around me is a Chinese flying car, but it speaks American. It's Yakashosho. This is Yakashosho car. You are driving Yakashosho car. You filthy American. Whoa. Damn. Those are some words. Well, could you give me what's how hot is it going to get today? What, do you think you lazy American? I open shield and you feel and then that's how I'm going to be. Wow. Never mind. All right. I need to go pick up lunch, and everyone said Pizza Hut, so God, there's all is this all health stuff? That's great. They want Pizza Hut. Could you imagine arguing with a smart car? You know? You lazy American, get out of my car. You want to go to junk food, get fat. Then I gotta fly you. You know how. Oh my God, it did. I didn't touch it. It did it on its own. Oh my gosh, that is weird. I'm gonna get a 2-pack. I think the battery's getting old on it. Because it did it on its own. I didn't press it. It was on it. Wow, that is freaky weird. I did it again. Okay. Magic fart machine. Fart again. See? It's the battery. Anyway, my dad was always the one that would say the one-liners that people would start using at work or whatever. And he was the person that would come up with ideas that only somebody who thought outside the box. So it's always good to come from somebody who I was in the end of everything. I couldn't believe that my dad accomplished what he did under circumstances that were so against him. And he said, you know what got him his hope? He goes, you guys. That's why we loved that movie, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, because he had an older daughter and a younger son. And he thought, oh, isn't that cute? I got two, one of each. I don't have a wife. And he always put himself like the Dick Van Dyke at that time. All right. Like, just you two. do, do, and that was, our little song that we always knew. My dad would always say when he would call, if it was London, if it was Paris. Yeah, my dad's been to those places, and my dad has called my house and said, hey, and he would, call me the nickname. Hey, Omega, it's Daddy. That was his cue that it really was him, because he would never call and say my full name. He would never. I'm turning this off. This is creepy. He would never call up and just say, hi, so and so. It was always Omega. And that's why I knew it was my dad. And that's why I've named this channel Omega, is because I am who my parents have made me. And I'm proud of that, so. And yes, get one of these suckers. These are fun as you can be. So my son and I, on April 1st, when he was much, much younger, walked around, I would say, in AM, PM, AM, big grocery store, and played that. Everyone was nice. In the poor part of town, they don't take it as a joke. So I learned that real quick. So yeah, I really enjoyed that. And yeah, I bought 2 more a while back. And my son goes, what do you plan doing? And I go, I'm gonna record people. April 1st. I'm trying to figure out which store should I go. Should I go to Albertsons? Or should I go Walmart? I'm thinking Walmart, they like that. A little farting going around, I didn't fart. It's the farting spiders. And spray. Them damn farting spiders vacuumed the whole buttload yesterday and got my little container thing all filled up, man. You kind of want to let them go in the wild, because if you squish them all, they just turn to a big gas bubble, and it's not nice. One day, I swear to God, at work, I couldn't stop farting. I don't know what it was. My ass was on fire. It just, I bent over, I farted here, I farted there, I farted everywhere. I was just having a fart, a fauna. I was like, jeez, man. So, yeah. Well, it was the 90s when we were playing this. We were watching 90s movies in the 90s. Yeah. God, how old was I? I was young. I was over 21. Yeah, I was. Or was I? I don't remember. I don't think I was. No, I wasn't even 21. But I wasn't living at home, and my family treated me like an adult because I did, well, okay, who would not help your own child if, let's just say they married somebody who played Mr. Victim all the time, and it happens, and you wouldn't let like my dad said, I'm not letting my grandchild go hungry. So Devin used to, and they've made these things for years, but Costco was really good at making making the stuff. So he used to get Devin's favorite type of foods that he liked, and a lot of it. So when the time come, and he said every 6 months it came, about every 6 months we went through a thing. So my dad asked, "What's going on every 6 months?" And he really wanted to know why. He goes, "I don't mind helping, but it's helping, and then nothing is being resolved," is what he was saying. And that was the truth, though. It really was. And I had a friend. He had a roommate, and he still does have that roommate. And he said, "You know, it's been a year that I've had this roommate, and this roommate doesn't want to better themselves." And I said, "What happened to all the walking?" I'm just putting it out there, all the, stuff that they used to do. And he goes, "She just gave up because she wasn't losing weight fast enough." And I go, "It took me 12 years. And that's because I slid a lot. I would be so good for like 6 months. I would be like, yeah, I'm doing good. Woo, woo, doing good. Woo, woo. Summertime is coming, Omega. Uh-oh. Let me tell you about Polish cooking. It's good. And when you got a Polish grandma, "Come here, let me give you more." I don't know where she got these ladles. We used to joke about them. They were huge. I said, "So we got, giants in our family? Because you got these ladles." You go, boom. Wow. It was harder in a sense. But if you told your grandma, I want to cut down, oh boy, you had Russian grandma, little, we take care of you. Yeah, I did 2 weeks of grandma's like non-existent cooking. This isn't a tostada, grandma. It's diet tostada. Diet? Oh, wow. That's interesting. Yeah, she even got the beans special because the beans that you actually cook it have lard in it. So she went to Loma Linda. Yeah, we're close, right next door to us. She got special beans that have absolutely no fat in it. I found out what no taste was too that day. Boy, I went 2 weeks and my grandma goes, "So let's see how much weight you lost." She goes, "No, we don't go on scale. We wear clothes, so we do tests." So she found out I lost enough weight that I could go back to the regular tostada. That's all I wanted. I didn't even care about the dessert. I wanted my tostada, the fat back in it. Oh, yeah. She used to make different voices when I got really sick and we had a really bad storm. And I go, "Well, it's okay." She goes, "Well, we had a bad flood over in San Bernardino. It was, no one's going to go leave tonight." And she goes, and the power was going in and out. And she was like, "You know what? Just in case the power goes out, let's make sure we have our flashlights." So we got our flashlights, make sure they work. And then she set up a little tent and she made a puppet show. It was a night of puppet shows because there was no electricity. It was on and off throughout the night. And it was the best time I had with my grandma. I never knew she could make so many different voices. And she just said, "If you believe you can and you really want to, you will succeed." She said, "Don't ever think that you can't do something just because somebody said you can't." And that's coming from my grandmother. Oh, yeah. Yeah, she was, my uncle would be called like a comparable Russian, over 6 foot tall. My grandmother was much shorter. By the time I was 12, I towered over her. She was like 4 foot two. And Lord have mercy, you had respect. You didn't. My brother found out the hard way. He had no respect for my grandmother or her things and stole from her many times. You know. Oh, yeah. She was Russian Polish. Oh, yeah. And yeah, I used to laugh. She used to wear babushka. So I made my grandma wears a babushka, babushka. She is a beautiful woman with the blue hair and the babushka, babushka. Yep. My grandmother had the most beautiful blue eyes. She would give you this stern look, and I thought, after my grandma had passed, and I felt, she was someone who I cared about deeply. Unlike my mother, when she died, I go, God, I hope she don't come around anytime soon. Anyway, my daughter has that same look. My grandma's been reborn in my daughter. She gives me that look, and it's a big disapproving look, too. It's my grandma looking back at me going, you thought you got rid of me. Reincarnation, baby. Yeah. And we had fought many times, so yeah. Yeah, she's getting her last laugh. I love her, though. She's still mad at me. Yeah, it's over the divorce. It's just, I'm hoping one day she will see the light, but right now, I'm not going to say nothing. That's the only way she's going to ever, I guess, contact me, is if something would happen where she would feel the need to contact me in her life. It doesn't matter if it's seeing the light on her dad or just, wanting to contact me. I would just hope she would want to contact me around Christmas, but that didn't happen. Then New Year's, that didn't happen. It's like, oh dang. I could see it if I was a crackhead and couldn't keep a job, but oh kids. Well, she just needs a lot more prayers. So anyway, the funny things is I had the weirdest dream about hanging out with my cousins, and my favorite cousin was Tara. Tara was younger than me, but we still hung out. We were cousins, and then it was always Dean and Don, the Ding Dong brothers. They're twins, and they are amazing people. Sorry, it's just itchy. Anyway, we were always thick as thieves. There was something in which we had what we called the family code. We can say shit about our family because we will help our family. But if you say shit and spread shit that aren't real about our family, we'll play with you. And you'll know not to say shit behind that person's back. And it's still, to this day, I have seen myself, in fact, say, yeah, that's my cousin. I don't appreciate you saying that about him. Or I just get even, and down the road, they'll say, hey, I heard that you did this, or, yeah, it's my cousin. Don't fuck with us. Thank you. Oh, yeah. And to this day, I still know that Tara and I still get along. And yes, I know her trademark brand too. She'll send a certain message and you'll be like, wow, I was thinking about you. Yeah. You ever around people like, let's say you work for a certain grocery chain and they have that chain in Vegas and people know other people within that chain, okay? And let's just say, even though it's in a different state, you say something about someone's cousin and you don't know that that person that you're talking to is her cousin, let's just say Omega went for bat for that cousin. a lot. And that's where they are now, is because of me, or because a lot of people believed in that person. And I went to bat for that person a lot. Because I believe in the power of what you want to do, what your life, because your parents don't know jack or shit or how you feel. Being I've been the oldest cousin, and I usually, and not always, make good decisions. And not all decisions are good because, as you know, I'm married to Tro. I should have waited 5 years. But, no. Omega wasn't smart. That's okay. All right, well. Oh, I'm sorry, Carrie. Oh, your daughter's the same way? Yeah. My daughter just gave up. And I thought to myself, I smoked a lot of weed, and you know how I get weird? Yeah, so how have you been? Yeah, I've been cleaning up my room. I could say at least, I'm taking advantage of things, yeah. I'm sorry. It's Carrie. She's here. Woo, woo, woo. Carrie. Woo, 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 woo. She's here. Woo, 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 woo. Well, you got to hear this. Well, anyway, I've been spending time with my guy, and this is what we talked about. And I said to him, for Christmas, you got something, right? And he goes, yeah. And for your birthday, you got something. He goes, yeah. And I remembered, right? Yeah. Okay. All right. What did I get for Christmas and my birthday? And what did you give your roommate? And he looked at me and honestly said he did give her a really nice gift. Oh, if things weren't going on between them. Because I wasn't given a gift at all. Not for last Christmas. Not for my last birthday. Wow. I was like, damn. It is what it is, But yeah, my daughter won't talk to me. And I can't, I think that I would say that it will take something that she'll feel the need to contact me. But yeah, I'm hoping that he'll change, Like I said, my last relationship, my ex would buy his significant others better things than me. So when I had money and I would buy things for myself, he'd kind of get perturbed, but nothing really. But boy, he got really pissed off when I bought Harry Potter's shit. That's why I have so much of it. Because I'm like, wow, I got a throw here. I mean, there's almost, you can't look through my room without finding it, okay? So he would go, oh, you and your Harry Potter stuff. And he'd get all mad. So anyway, here, let me show you my room. Okay, I got this here. And this is a real wand. And this is my Harry Potter wand. See, I got a Harry Potter wand. There. A Harry Potter. Oh, gosh, it just shows that. Dang it. Yeah, so I got a Harry Potter wand. And I got one off of eBay that was handmade. Okay, there we go. This one's handmade. I think it's, I don't know if it's birch. I kept all the information of it. It is apple wand. Isle of Avalon. Wow. It's off an Isle of Avalon. It's like it's from an apple tree. And they usually have a sweet smell. So I got this. I got it for healing because apple is in rebirth, because each year what happens, you have the apple trees come in beautiful blossoms, and that's what I'm thinking of, you know, healing. So, oops. And this is where I got it off of. And it comes in, and it's a nice big box. It's really well, you know, it comes from, it takes 2 weeks. It comes from the UK. So yeah, look at that. It is really well done. And of course we have, I think this is the Elder Wand. This is the Elder Wand. It's cool how they made it. It almost reminds me of bones. The way it looks, like a big finger like that. So there we go. Yeah. Well, I'm thinking that, and this is what I'm thinking, he was romancing both of us. And he had told me, quote unquote, he doesn't want to be with anybody who isn't bettering themselves. And, you know, sometimes us women, including myself, have had more than one guy. Well, I've never had one guy. If I had, I've never dated more than one guy at a time. If I'm thinking a serious relationship, so he was maybe thinking that she came from a better pedigree or something. I don't know. I don't know. Because he admitted he got her something, and I got a whole lot of nothing. And I'm thinking, is this how the relationship's going to go? You know, I get nothing, you get... And then he's telling me that I stole his cologne. I'm like, dude, the stuff I like used to be called Ocean. And one day I'm at Walmart and they had these miniatures. They're about, you know, this big and this skinny. And they're orange. And it says Mondo on it. It still smells like Ocean. I don't know if it was a different brand or whatever, but I buy that and it's actually meant for men. But it smells just like a clean, sporty scent, to be honest. And I said, this is for men. But he goes, so did you steal my cologne? And I'm like, dude, I did not steal your cologne. I swear I didn't. I got better ideals, so I don't know what it is. But I did have suggest to him, you know, to go look in his roommate's place, and maybe he put it on down there and she gooped it. I don't know. I'm using my imagination. But anyway, yeah, I put a miniature video on all accounts because I'm like, dude, I got blamed for a cologne that was stolen. Seriously. I was like, oh, I was so upset about that. I couldn't believe that. And then his roommate, gets treated well. He feels that she pays half his rent because he takes care of her. But damn, I still can't believe it. Yeah, I got blamed for that. Yeah. No, I'm hoping, he's changed a lot in a way where he talks to me, but I'm like, I'm just waiting. And while I'm waiting, I'm going to better myself. And maybe if he doesn't enact and doesn't want to be a part of my life, I'll be better off. I don't know. I mean, I care about him a lot. It's just he's buying other women better things. It's like, well, I don't know, man. So yeah. So Carrie, you still here? Well, he did say he didn't want a relationship, and that's what he keeps saying. And it's really strange, okay, but you're so intent with me, but okay. I mean, we get along. We listen to the same music, it's like we got a great connection. So I don't know where I stand, but I do know that I'm not with anyone else. And I've been seeing him, and he admitted to buying her gifts. I got nothing. And I don't want fucking weed as a gift. That's not a gift, okay? That's where both of us use. I get it to you. You may think I want something as a keepsake, baby. Give me a pipe. You know what I like. Give me something nice like that. And I've never gotten anything from him nice like that. It just is what it is. No, they don't. I mean, there's an added to this. I'm not going to say nothing to him. I'm going to keep bettering myself and making myself as a person. And that's all I can do. I can't yell at him and go, well, you should have. I just looked at him and said, well, I never bitched about it, but I knew what was going on. Oh no, I mean, he had me upstairs hidden. Okay, let me explain this. The roommate doesn't know I'm there. And I'm upstairs, right? And he would go and watch TV with her for 4 hours. I would be there hungry. I hadn't eaten in like 8, right? So one day I'm like, I text him, hey, I need food. I'm hungry. I'm going to find a way and just, get out and go and get something to eat. Hey, he got up and finally did that. But yeah, he hasn't done that. The I would say since January, he hasn't done that. No more sitting long time with her, watching series after series with her like he's her bestie and with the benefits. Yeah, that's how it looked like. It looked like that because he'd be gone a long time and I would hear what sounded like sex downstairs and I was getting what was left. Cause he'd be downstairs and you would hear, uh, and I would sneak down there and you can hear stuff. Yeah. I knew what was going on. She obviously did it better than me because she got the gifts, but she didn't produce nothing for a year. She couldn't do nothing. I could guarantee it's your ass gained in weight. Yeah. I told him I've changed. I've looked into all my junk food that was my favorite, and I found this and that was my favorite. Oh, God, I found out it's just bad. Yeah, so. And I really think that they had a good relationship for a while. The thing is, if you have somebody who doesn't want to change and their stagnicity, they expect you to do the same. A lot of times we don't do that. I've been buying these. I only have 2 left. And they're really good. They got almond butter in it. So yeah. But I could have just been listening to the TV and everything, but they were gone 4 hours. And I finally just told him, I can't. I started getting pissy and saying, how would you feel? Well, I got to take, no, no, no. I had friends who took care of patients, and this is what I told him, the truth. And I said, they don't spend 4 hours watching TV with them. They tell you, hey, if you want to exercise with me, or if you need help exercising, we can do that. If you want to watch TV, we can't do 4 hours or so. I'm not a friend of yours. I could suggest stuff for you to watch, but I'm not going to be watching with you. And my friend told me, yeah, I've done that, but I don't have time to watch with this person. And he said that he had watched this woman. She was younger than him, and he at first thought she was an amazing woman. Why is she being taken care of? And he realized why. He says she was the biggest Karen. He said the first week he was in love with her. The second week he wanted to be changed. And nobody, when he took this spot, because it was a time that he could pick up his children at school, he was like, oh shit, I'm so screwed. And he had to lay down the rules. I can't spend 4 hours. I got to clean the kitchen. That's on the list today. And I got to do this and this because he had to do certain things that was expected of him. And he did them, you know? And it's the same thing when you're a caregiver. If you're a caregiver with, other stuff, I'm sure he felt happy that, his bills were being paid because he was taking care of her. But did she deserve a better gift than me? I don't know. Maybe in his mind, then, yes, that's how he felt. But in my mind, I'm thinking no. But we did argue a whole lot during those times between my birthday and Christmas. And she did seem like she was exercising. And I told him, in order for her to lose weight, she would have to go for 2 weeks, 1,000 calories. And yes, she has enough body fat to go. If she were to go 1,000 calories for 2 weeks, exercising, dealing with the headaches, and making sure you drink enough water and you do 2 hours of extensive exercises of some sort, and then just get your doctor check you before and after, and you know do that for 2 weeks, and after 2 weeks of 1,000 calories you'll gain 1,200 calories. But before then, you'll have to reset your body, and you'll fast for a whole day. And then after you fast, usually when people are done fasting, it resets your body. You can fast for 10 hours, and all you do is quit eating 2 hours before you go to bed, sleep 8 hours, and then get up, exercise, have something. And I always tell people, I have my water cup. I get a hot water, drink that. It helps your body wake up in a digestive move along, and then when I'm done exercising, I'm ready to eat. So I want to let you know, no, Carrie, I'm not ignoring you. I really am not. So tomorrow we'll be doing we'll be enjoying some I guess a spectacular spectacle. So see you tomorrow. All right. Bye.